Okay. Hello again, my friends and my family. Thought I'd hop on here again and say a few words to you. Today's been a pretty good day, thank you. I hope it's going well for you. Today I want to talk about hiding, what hiding is, and where that might stem from for you or for anyone else, or for me as well. But when I talk about hiding, I don't necessarily mean. Well, yeah, no, when I say hiding, I mean like being afraid of something, right? And for me, hiding means not showing myself, my face, my art, my ideas, my vision, my presence, and kind of like withholding it and like hoarding it and like keeping it from the outside world. I mean, that's really just like a mechanism for like trying to keep myself safe. You know, being afraid of people's judgment or being ridiculed or misunderstood. It's like a huge fear of mine, you know what I mean? I really value connection, and I'm pretty sure we all do. We all have friends and family that we want to be connected with. And for a long time, I've used hiding as a way to sort of like mitigate the pain of having to interact with people, which is part of daily life, right? Disagreements, not seeing things the same way. For me, I learned that is always an emotional, like an emotionally tumultuous process. Like it's like the world ending. There's like an emotional storm every time that you don't like agree with something or that you don't see things the same way and you express that out loud. It's like a declaration of you being on the opposite side or being against the person that you're trying to communicate with, and stopping the conversation there is what really perpetuates the whole cycle, right? You hide, you see something you don't like, then maybe you come out of your shell and you say something or you express yourself in a way that people don't necessarily agree with, and you take it at face value and you return and look inside and say, they're right, I'm wrong. And it's just this sort of cycle that really allows you to not really grow, you know? And I'm only saying this to say that I think, the world is at a turning point where we're not like hiding anymore. We're not ignoring injustices, or we're not hiding how we feel, or we're not hiding who we are. And I thought that was really inspiring, and I just wanted to express what that process looks like for me and what that's been like for me, and maybe give some insight on how that could be for you. And yeah, what ways are you hiding? What ways are you afraid, like what parts of yourself are you afraid to share? What part of your life are you afraid to bring out in the open out of fear of being hurt or taken advantage of, or being misunderstood because of past experiences, The way that our mind works is that it looks for evidence for what you believe. And based on past experiences that were concrete in that moment, your beliefs are shaped. Are shaped. But the fact of the matter is that this happened back here. It's no longer physically happening. Doesn't mean that it's any less real. Like it happened. That's fine. But like, as we're moving forward with our lives and we're like holding on to this, we're like dragging it and dragging it and dragging it into the new situation and dragging it, and then it's still there. You know, at what point are we going to leave that mechanism? You know, at what point are we going to leave that validation of your scary worldview, of your painful worldview? We need you to. I need me to do that. I need you to do that in order to move forward. Just kind of saying what's on my mind right now. Hopefully it's landing in some way, but yeah, I've always kind of been hoarding my creative abilities, my like talents and stuff like that. I think the people that have only ever seen me like create anything are the people that are just in my immediate vicinity at the time, you know? And like maybe I'll show something on social media every now and then because like, I don't know, I'm scared of being seen, being misunderstood, and kind of like having ideas put into my head that like either what I'm doing is wrong or it's incorrect or like misinterpreted, and it's sort of like, how would I even be able to deal with that? You know, I take it so personally the way people see me, you know? But, or I used to take it so personally. And then I decided like, how is that fair? You know, would these people take what I say seriously to them? Like, I wouldn't even have the nerve to criticize them the way that people criticize me, or the way that I've been criticized in the past, or the way that I've been like, you know, the way that I've received opinions is with way more depth than I think anybody else has considered my opinions, you know, other than the people that are really, really close to me. So it's not about, how do I say this? It's about like reducing the value of like the need to hide. I don't need to do that. We're supposed to be in the light. We're supposed to shine. That's why we're here, you know? I'm just kind of spewing shit out. Yeah, I thought I'd just say that, so thank you for listening. If you have any opinions or thoughts, like, write about it, you know? Let me know. And hopefully we can communicate, and I won't take it to heart. Bye.